Welcome back to ciLiving. The leaves are starting to change colors and fall is quickly approaching. So the Champaign County Forest Preserves is here today with some ways that you can get in touch with nature. They are sponsoring this segment, and here with all of the details on their September events is Lisa Sprinkle. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us back.
All right, so what do you have coming up?
Oh, we have so many things
So
coming.
many. Let's start with Bats at the Bridge. How's that?
Yes, this Friday, it's one of our most popular events at Lake of the Woods. People will have, will be able to come to the museum. We'll have an educational opportunity to learn about the bats, and then they will walk down to the covered bridge, which houses a colony of brown bats. So you walk down and you try, and hopefully that you'll be able to see signs of them or see them.
And do they usually come out at a certain time at night, or like if people are kind of wandering around, do they just spot random bats here and there?
I believe so. I mean, I think obviously closer to dusk they will be coming out, but that's when we always do the program, so I'm guessing. I'm not a bat person, so I've never been.
You're not actively looking for them?
I don't want to see them. So I'm happy that people do, and people love them, and everybody tries to teach me that bats are great, and I believe
awesome,
that they are,
Lisa.
but you know.
Yeah, not for everyone. I totally get it. They eat the mosquitoes, which is what I like about
it says
them.
that they will eat up to 3,000 mosquitoes each night.
See, that's, I mean, they're worth their weight in gold.
Definitely.
And then there's the grand opening of Changing Landscapes. Can you talk about that?
We have a new exhibit at the Museum of the Grand Prairie, and that is the Changing Landscapes. It's taking over. If people have come to the museum before, it's has replaced what used to be considered the blacksmith wing.
Okay.
So we used to have an exhibit that was all about blacksmithing and how that has worked in the Champaign County. Now that space has been repurposed, and it talks about 4 different local agricultural and cultural people that have helped to make Champaign County what it is. So it talks about Jane Cad Patton, Ernest Little, Alan Little. I knew I would do this. Alan Little, Ernest. I have to check.
I was going to say, that's what the notes are for.
Jacob Ernest and Ralph Cheeseborough.
Perfect.
Which Ralph Cheeseborough is who the blacksmith wing was about to begin with. So it's just interesting to see how these people, the adversity and the trials and tribulations and the happiness that they had, how that has showcased and helped to develop Champaign County into what it is.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say
stories.
The actual history of where we are, which is really cool.
Yes.
And then this activity, tell me about this.
Yes, Changing Landscapes. The opening is happening also during one of our most popular events, which is Prairie Stories. That will be on Saturday from 10 until 5 p.m. at the Museum of the Grand Prairie. And Prairie Stories is just a very fun activity or day filled with going back in time to see how people used to do things. You can learn how to churn butter. You can learn how to take the wool from the sheep and make it into a garment or things like that. So this is
a game, right?
Yes, this is the game where we will have the 4 horseshoes, and you have to guess which horseshoe goes. Yes, that is the pony.
The littlest one. I'll start with the easy one. I was going to say this to me is the heaviest, so I'm going to guess workhorse or draft horse.
Good job.
For
2 for 2.
2 for 2. Excellent. And then these 2 are a little bit trickier. Let's see. Hand forged shoe. Well, to me, this one looks more handmade than this one because this one's sort of perfectly symmetrical.
Yes.
So I'm going to go racing horse and then handcrafted in that
Good job. 4 for 4.
I did it. That's
4
awesome.
for 4. So yes, so it's one of the many activities that you can do when you come out to the museum on Saturday to see that. Also, there's a lot of take-home things that you can do because you can make your own candle.
Sure.
You can try some butter. There's a flower bouquet that you can make, like from the prairie flowers. So just a lot of different fun hands-on activities.
Right. And then you also have some guided hikes coming up, right, for the fall?
We do. We have 3 that are coming up in the month of September. The first one will be Thursday, September 11th, it's a Remembrance Walk. And I don't know if a lot of people know, but at River Bend, we do have a 911 memorial tree grove that was started by citizens of Champaign, with the first tree being planted the first year anniversary of 9/11.
Oh, wow.
So it'll be a 1.5 mile guided hike through there, and the guide will be able to answer questions for people. Then we have for on September 22nd for the equinox, first day of fall, we will have an autumnal walk out at Sangamon River. That will happen from 5:30 until 7 at Sangamon River Forest Preserve in Fisher.
Okay.
And you'll just walk through, and again, Morgan will be able to tell you about what you're seeing and things like that. But then she will also, as you're walking, you'll be picking up different pieces and putting them. She'll have a cornucopia that you can put the materials in, and then everybody can get their picture taken, because you can't take things out of the preserve.
Of course, right. We're gonna make
So
it, look at it
together,
and
then everybody can get their picture taken with the bounty that you have done.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And then you also have conservation in action coming up, right?
We do. This is a new program that we started this year. This one will be out at Middle Fork, and it is on the 27th from 10 until 11:30. And our education specialist, Morgan, and the site superintendents at Middle Fork will be talking about the timber stand improvement and all the things that goes through. And I can't go in and explain a lot of what that is, but if people are interested in it, I think they understand what timber stand improvement is.
Yeah.
So I think, and it is actually at the activity center at Middle Fork. So you will have, again, you'll meet at the activity center, go through the presentation, and then you will walk out around the campground and see what they're talking about.
And that one is Saturday, September 27th.
Yes.
Wonderful. Yes. Well, it sounds like you have a lot of fun
we do,
events
that's
and
not
activities.
even all of our programs. So if you just go online, you can get the full list of all of our programs.
Yes, or if you stop by the Prairie Museum, I know you can grab one of these program guides, and this will be a more comprehensive of everything for all of September, all of October.
That's at the Museum of the Grand Prairie, and also at Homer Lake Activity or Interpretive Center. Can't even say the right names. Sorry.
No, it's all good. We know where to find it, though.
Yes.
Champaign County Forest Preserves. Well, thank you so much for being here and for sponsoring our segment today. I really appreciate it.
Great to be here.
And if you want to go on any of those hikes or do any of those activities, you can visit us on the web after the show, and we would be happy to connect you.